This is my CANIK TP9SF. Now, I've done a benchtop review on this gun, and as I promised, I was going to do an aftershoot review. And I want to go ahead and say right from the start that this gun did not disappoint me at all. I was actually very pleasantly surprised at how much I like it and how well this gun performed. Now, my first trip to the range with this gun was with 300 rounds of CCI Brass ammo. Now, I'm not a huge fan of CCI Brass or CCI Blazer, but I find it to be very clean and very reliable. It's a little light in the powder load, but nonetheless, it's clean and it's reliable and it's relatively inexpensive, so that made it my choice this time. And I was able to catch it on sale, so I can't complain about any of that. That's about 8 yards, I think. Now, the first thing is I enjoyed a lot the way this gun feels in hand. The grip is very secure, all right, front, rear, and side. And even for your support hand, you get a real good secure grip. So it's not a case of the gun moving around. The gun presents very well when you put it on target, and it's very stable. Recoil is very light. Now, I'm sure part of that was due to the ammo it was using, but I think some of it also is because you get such a real good high grip on the gun, you don't get a lot of muzzle flip. And so it was just a joy to shoot. Now, like I stated, you're able to get a real good high secure grip with this gun. That minimizes recoil and controls muzzle flip. Now, it's a 9mm handgun, so you're not going to get a lot of recoil anyway, especially with the target ammo that we were using. But I think you'll get the same sort of results regardless of ammo. You get a real good secure grip and stable feel with this gun. Now, the sights were a little different, but actually they were pretty darn good. It's easy to get a good sight picture with this gun as long as you've got ample light. If your lighting is not good or you're not outside, that could be a challenge because you really can't always tell where you're positioned in this, what I think is called a Warren sight, but in this U-channel sight, sometimes you may have a little struggle trying to find just the right location in dim or low light. All right, so when I first presented the gun on this 6-inch shooting seat at about 18 yards, I was having a little bit of difficulty picking up where the rear sight was. But once I started getting some shots on target, I was able to adjust my point of aim to my point of impact. And at that point, I was pretty happy with how I and the gun was performing. Now, I think I said in that benchtop review that trigger rivals the Walther PDP trigger. On a gun, a trigger always feels better shooting it than it does on a benchtop review. Because on a benchtop, you concentrate on the trigger feel. When you're shooting it, you're concentrating on your shots. So you don't really focus so much on the trigger. But this trigger, I don't know what the weight of it is. I don't care. I just know it feels good and it feels light enough. I mean, you can see just how easy this trigger pull is. I mean, you can just ride the trigger from fully pulled back out to the reset, and you can feel it. Really, I mean, it's really noticeable feel. So it's not a case where you ever have to take your finger off the trigger. Now, I never experienced any short stroking on this trigger where I didn't go all the way out to the reset and try to fire the gun again. This one was easily to detect exactly when that trigger reset was made. I was able to get great shots on this gun anywhere from what I consider like a combat distance all the way out to about 15 to 18 yards. Well, as you can see, like I said, once I established my point of impact relative to my point of aim, I was able to put shots on target. And this shooting C is out to about 18 yards. I'm not a marksman, but I'm very pleased with the way this gun is performing for me. I'm not trying to be a CANIK spokesperson or anything like that, but if anybody is interested in buying a really great gun for a really great price, CANIK TP9SF is the gun for you. Should give one a try.